Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're going to explore a truly fascinating piece of wisdom from the tarot deck, the Eight of Swords, but not in its usual upright form. Instead, we'll be diving into the reversed Eight of Swords, a card that brings a powerful message of clarity, release, and fresh perspective. This card speaks to a collective insight for today, inviting us to see our situations differently, break free from the binds of anxiety, and embrace a newfound sense of freedom. So let's unravel this together and see what lessons the reversed Eight of Swords has in store. To start, let's remind ourselves what the Eight of Swords usually represents in its upright position. Typically, this card shows a blindfolded woman surrounded by swords, trapped in a kind of mental prison. It's about feeling stuck, constrained, overwhelmed by worries, fear, and self-imposed limitations. It's that moment when anxiety has you in a headlock and you can't quite see the way out. The swords represent thoughts cutting through your peace of mind, while the bindings symbolize how your own fears often tie you up. But when the Eight of Swords reverses, everything shifts. It's as though the blindfold is removed, the bindings fall away, and suddenly there's a breath of fresh air. The reversed Eight of Swords signals a release from mental imprisonment. It suggests that the fog of confusion is lifting and that you're beginning to see clearly where you may have been stuck before. This card invites us to question the reality of our constraints. Are they real, or are they just stories we've been telling ourselves? It's a call to gain perspective. Now, why is this particularly relevant as a collective insight today? Because so many of us across the board are living in times filled with uncertainty, whether it's the pressures of work, the chaos of news cycles, personal worries, or just the relentless hum of everyday stress. Feeling trapped in our own heads is an experience everyone can relate to. The reversed Eight of Swords is like a beacon in this fog, encouraging us to take off the mental shackles and see our situations from new angles. One of the most important lessons this card brings is that liberation starts in the mind. When anxiety takes hold, it often magnifies problems, turning molehills into mountains. But when you reverse that energy, it's a reminder to ask yourself, are these fears justified, or are they exaggerated by my own imagination? This pause is crucial. It opens up the space to challenge unhelpful thoughts and reveals that many of our prisons are constructed from perception. The reversed Eight of Swords also encourages us to embrace vulnerability as we face these fears. After all, sometimes clarity comes when we admit that we don't know all the answers. It's about shifting from a place of denial or avoidance to one of honesty and acceptance. When we stop pretending everything is fine, we start to see the real picture. And this new clarity weakens the grip that anxiety has on us. Having said that, gaining clarity is rarely a sudden lightning strike moment. More often, it unfolds gradually. It's like cleaning a fogged up window incrementally until you see the view outside. And each act of mindfulness, each moment where you pause to breathe and observe your thoughts, helps wipe away the haze. The reversed Eight of Swords invites us to adopt this patient, hands-on approach to freeing our minds. So how do we apply this insight practically? First, Start by becoming aware of the stories you tell yourself. What are the mental scripts that limit you or fill you with anxiety? Write them down if that helps. And once you've identified them, ask, is this true? What evidence do I have? This step creates a gap between your thoughts and you, helping you to realize that thoughts are not facts. Second, try to view your situation from different perspectives. Imagine you're a friend giving advice. What would you say? Or consider how this might look in a year's time when you're not so close to it emotionally. This shift helps to highlight options and solutions that may have been hidden by stress. And thirdly, embrace small acts of freedom. Maybe it's taking a walk or practicing a breathing exercise or simply allowing yourself to say no to something that's causing overwhelm. These acts remind your brain that you do have control and that you can choose responses differently. It's also worth noting that the reversed Eight of Swords may signal that help is closer than you think. Sometimes the way out is found in conversations, whether with friends, family, or professionals. Opening up and seeking support, it is itself an act of seeing clearly. Let's not forget the power of forgiveness here. Often the mental prison is built from guilt or regret, feelings that keep us locked in a painful replay of past mistakes. The reversed Eight of Swords invites us to release these weights, to forgive ourselves and others, and in doing so, create space for healing and clarity. On a collective level, this card encourages us all to shift from panic to presence, from entrapment to empowerment. It's a reminder that anxiety does not have to be permanent, that the chains we wear are often visible but breakable. Today, the reversed Eight of Swords asks us to look beyond surface fears and strip away illusions that cloud our judgment. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought. Seeing clearly is a gift, but it requires courage. Courage to face uncomfortable truths, to question beliefs, and to let go. The reversed Eight of Swords is not just about escape. It's about transformation. It's the dawn after a long night of worry where light finally reveals the way forward. So next time you feel stuck, remember the imagery of this card. The blindfold removed, the bindings loose, and know that clarity and release are within reach. Take a deep breath, open your eyes and step into a new perspective that invites freedom and peace. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this insight from the reversed Eight of Swords empowers you to see your own life with fresh eyes and a lighter heart. Until next time, keep seeking clarity and embracing your freedom. Take care and enjoy the journey.